A very good evening. You're watching Times Now Live. I'm Prithween Walia. Well, all eyes are on the June 15 deadline set by the centre for the Delhi police to file charge sheet in the case pertaining to the allegations levelled by top Indian wrestlers against the former Wrestling Federation of India chief. But even as the deadline nears, Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh remains defiant. Today, viewers, he held a political rally in his Lok Sabha constituency, Kaiserganj, the first of its kind amid the ongoing investigations of sexual harassment against him. And as the wrestling community and the public await the findings of the Delhi police, which will determine the path forward in the case, Brij Bhushan has not only made this public appearance today, he also announced his bid to contest the 2024 elections.
2024 में मोदी जी को प्रधानमंत्री बनाना है, भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार लानी है। हर कार्यक्रम ऐसे ही होता है, आगे भी हमेशा ऐसे होता है, हमेशा। ये कोई नई बात नहीं है। उत्तर प्रदेश की सभी सीटों पर भारतीय जनता पार्टी जीत कर जाएगी। कैसरगंज लोकसभा से चुनाव लड़ूंगा।
Through the course of the investigations, he has on multiple occasions remained firm on his statement that he will hang himself if even one of the allegations against him is proven to be true. But during this rally, his first rally since the probe began in sexual harassment allegations against him, he chose to remain defiant and silent on questions related to wrestlers' charges and the grievances.
लेकिन सर, जो 3 महीने से दिल्ली में वाकया चल रहा है, आपके घर से 100 मीटर दूर पे पहलवान बैठे हुए हैं, काफी ज्यादा आपके ऊपर इल्जाम लगाए गए हैं, इस पे क्या कहेंगे?
देखिए, हम आपसे और आपके चैनल के माध्यम से दर्शकों से यही कहेंगे कि जांच का इंतजार करिए।
सर, 15 तारीख को जांच का अल्टीमेटम दिया है पहलवानों ने कि अरेस्ट नहीं किया गया तो फिर से महापंचायत लेंगे।
जांच का इंतजार करिए, आप भी करें और देश भी करें। जो लोग मुझे सुन रहे हैं, जांच का इंतजार।
पहलवान तो ये भी आरोप लगा रहे हैं कि सरकार आपको बचा रही है।
जांच का इंतजार करिए।
Well, the assertions come on a day when wrestlers have threatened that the wrestlers will not compete in the Asian Games if the issues raised by them are not resolved. The competition, remember, is slated to take place in the month of September. Hear it from them.
एशियन गेम्स जब खेलेंगे, जब ये सारा मुद्दा सॉल्व होगा।
ब्रिज भूषण गिरफ्तार नहीं होता तो जांच प्रभावित होती रहेगी, ये आप कह रही है?
हाँ, बिल्कुल हो गया ना, एक केस हो तो गया, आपके आगे ही हुआ है। 164, 161 के बयान हुए, 164 के बयान हुए, काफी दिन हो गए। उसके बाद टूटने का क्या मतलब है, हमें तो खुद नहीं समझ में आ रहा है। तो प्रेशर है, और उनकी वीडियो उठा के देख लो, लड़की के फादर की, बोल रहा है हम पे प्रेशर है, डर है, घबराहट है।
In the meanwhile, with more and more witnesses corroborating wrestlers' version of events, pressure is building on the government. In the face of calls of crackdown, opposition leaders attribute Brij Bhushan's defiance to patronage being provided by the BJP government.
मैंने पहले भी कहा, ये जो सरकार है वो लगातार महिलाओं के खिलाफ हो रहे अत्याचार करने वालों को प्रोटेक्शन देने का काम कर रही है। हमारी किसी भी इन्वेस्टिगेशन एजेंसी से हमें बहुत ज़्यादा उम्मीदें नहीं है। स्पष्ट रूप से दबाव बनाया जा रहा है हमारे खिलाड़ियों के साथ, पहलवानों के साथ भी लगातार अत्याचार किया जा रहा है। उनको उनके हक की लड़ाई लड़ने नहीं दिया जा रहा है, उनके ऊपर उनकी सर्विस को ख़त्म करने का दबाव बनाया जा रहा है। ऐसी कंडीशंस में हमें बहुत ज़्यादा उम्मीदें इन्वेस्टिगेटिंग एजेंसी से नहीं है।
हमने देखा है कि महिला पहलवानों की जो आप बात कर रहे हैं, पूरा भारत देश उनके साथ खड़ा है, क्योंकि मुझे लगता है कि वह सही है। मेरी अपनी यह राय है, और जो भी न्यायालय द्वारा प्रक्रिया होनी चाहिए वो हो रही है। FIR हुई है, और मैं समझती हूँ FIR के दम पे अब भाजपा को इस पे कदम आगे बढ़ाकर जो निर्दोष है उनके साथ खड़े होकर, और जो दोषी है उनके साथ कार्रवाई करनी चाहिए।
On that note, let's quickly open this up. We have Amidst Sinha, senior advocate, with us, along with Dr. Sunita Godara, Asian marathon champion, and senior advocate Sanjay Hegde. We'll also shortly be joined by Vaibhav Agarwal, leader of the BJP and president Yuva India Foundation. But my first question is to Mr. Amidst Sinha. On one hand, sir, you have investigations on in full swing. A 15th June deadline that has been set by the central government for the Delhi police to come up with a charge sheet. But here you have Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh absolutely brazen. He's openly campaigning for the BJP. Do you think this should be allowed? given the seriousness of the allegations and the sensitivity around this case?
I just want to request you that since you have given me my introduction as a lawyer, so I should only be focused on what exactly the legal provisions are. And number two, if at all the provisions of these legal proceedings are going to debar any person from free and fair movement, or no, he should not. So all these things are correlated. So yes, I will certainly
legally speaking, Mr. Sinha, can he not influence the witnesses in this case?
Certainly. See, but this is the responsibility of the judiciary to look into this matter. And if he or she, any accused is influencing or threatening the witnesses or the prosecutors, so the judiciary should look into this. See, I will just try to give one example. So when the investigation was on against so many tall leading personalities or political personalities, when the ED called them for investigation, the entire fleet, the wagon of chief ministers, paraded on the roads. So all these things have happened in this, democracy. And if Mr. Singh is a member of parliament and he is doing his campaign or moving anywhere, and he has not been restricted, he has not been arrested, so nobody can raise questions.
Okay.
This is, legal provision. But my point is, see, all these situations will arise only after the investigation is complete, number one. Number two, Supreme Court has already looked into this matter. Supreme Court has taken cognizance, and my perception is Supreme Court is very unbiased, independent.
Perhaps, Mr. Sinha, we're at a stage in this case wherein it's gone beyond right or wrong. We'll of course have to wait for the Delhi Police's findings, and everyone's eagerly waiting for the same. But at the moment, given the sensitivity around the case, much of it is really about whether or not the government can take a moral stand here. Would you agree, Dr. Sunita Godara? Many who have been supporting the wrestlers since day one of their fight have been saying that law has also acted very slowly in this case. And now you have Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh roaming freely, campaigning for the BJP, also pitching himself as a candidate ahead of 2024 Lok Sabha elections.
See, this shows that how shameless is this person. That is why from day one I am saying that we have to shame this person as per the sports law. All the issues of sports problems can be sorted out with ethics panel, which we are missing in India. And even sports ministry has given letter to all the federations on 23rd January when these stalwarts, these sports stars sat on dharna, that you put your commissions, sexual harassment committee in place, which is just on paper. Then in 2016, Mr. Anurag Thakur himself wanted to bring out a bill. It is bill number 56 of 2016, the National Sports Ethics Commission. I wish this was in place by now. Even now, in 2 days, he can form a panel, which has a legal powers, with retired judge heading the panel, 2 eminent sports person having law knowledge, and they can just
but Ms. Godara, while acknowledging everything that you're saying,
that is how we can shame this person.
While acknowledging everything that you're saying, wouldn't this then be a case of changing goalposts as well? Because earlier the wrestlers just wanted a mere suspension. Thereafter they wanted an FIR be filed. Thereafter they wanted that he be arrested at the earliest. So I mean, there's no end to these kind of demands. Must one not place faith right now in this particular stage of the investigation of what the Delhi police is going to find out, and then come up with their own criticism and objection, if at all?
You are right. See, victim will ask one after the other, they will demand. And the police will do in due course, whatever slow process is going on, they will do. And the court will do its own course. Always we say justice delayed is justice denied, which is happening in this case. the witnesses becoming hostile. So I'm not asking, see, victim will ask one after the other, their demand will increase or decrease or whatever. But I'm asking of sports law, which we have very strong at the international level. If we follow the sports law, these person will be nowhere in sports, because the way he is speaking on channels, the way he is doing misconduct on channel, professional misconduct, calling 15 rupees ka Olympic medal, calling these medal winners mantra, and so many things, you know. Today also he was giving Ramayan ki chapai. Don't speak in front. Don't speak.
Okay. So Miss Godara is saying. All right, Mr. Sinha, let me direct a question to you. Let me direct a question to you before you make your point, Mr. Sinha. She's saying this kind of an uncalled for behavior is absolutely unacceptable, given that we're currently in the stage of investigations that are still taking place. Witnesses are being questioned by the Delhi police. A 15th June deadline has been set by the Union Sports Minister. Why resort to narrating couplets? Why resort to saying that मुझे फांसी की सजा हो जाए या मैं अपने आप को फांसी पे चढ़ा दूंगा अगर एक भी allegation सही हुआ? Why resort to that kind of a narrative? Quickly, before I take it across to Mr. Sanjay Hegde.
He should go back and read out the sports law.
Okay, Ms. Godara, you've made your point.
He has no knowledge of sports law. He should read.
First, any accusation must be substantiated.
If
the
you want
Delhi
to
police
cut my
is
points,
investigating, and Delhi police has asked for the evidences. These people are only making charges, but not giving any evidence.
So, Mr. Sanjay Hegde, legally speaking, can anyone be barred from campaigning or making public speeches or holding political rallies if an investigation is on against him and he's still not been proven guilty?
There is no bar legally. But this tells us a lot about what kind of a country we have become. Here is a man whom your champion athletes have accused of sexual harassment and worse. Here is a man, if it had been anyone else against whom these allegations were made, the person would have most probably been arrested by the investigating agency as part of the investigation. What is happening is, Mr. Sinha, I'd appreciate no interruptions.
I am not interrupting. I am just asking for my point.
We'll come to you. I'll give you your time, Mr. Sinha. Go ahead, Mr. Hegde.
I am not interrupting, Santosh.
So here is a man who is brazen about it and who is also announcing that he is going to be the candidate for the ruling party. Now, how does he have that much confidence? Because the ruling party is behind him. How does the ruling party have that much confidence? Because it assumes that the people of India are also behind such a ruling party. So this is where the situation lies. Now, the sports minister has no business setting a deadline as far as the investigation is concerned. The law is that the investigating officer is supreme. So the investigating officer decides whether there is a case that he wants to file a charge sheet in.
But sir, wasn't that a demand that came in from the wrestlers' end? Because of the delay in the investigations, as per them, they did meet with the Union Sports Minister. They put out their concerns and they decided to halt their protest given the assurances that came in from the Sports Minister. And the Sports Minister himself said that they were of the opinion by the 15th, a charge sheet must be filed. Otherwise, they threatened of a stronger protest, and that's why he said that we gave in to that demand.
I'm telling you that that statement is meaningless. It has no validity in the law. If the investigating officer does a fair job, and that is the big question, have the investigating officers been doing a fair job? Already, one of the victims and the family seems to be under immense pressure, to say the least. We do not see any proactive measures by the investigators which would reassure the victims. The very fact that the accused is able to hold such a huge rally and make a claim that I will be back like some kind of terminator, that itself is intimidating enough. Yes, if the ruling party wants to continue backing such a person, or if the people of India want to continue backing such a person, they may do so. The process of law is not over with the investigation. Even if an investigation comes up with a negative report, people have other legal remedies, including filing an application before the magistrate for continuation of the case.
Okay.
So, right now, what I am really interested in is a fair investigation.
Okay.
And it should not only be fair, it should appear to be fair.
So you're saying
the
promises and assurances made by the sports minister are empty in nature. They mean nothing as far as the ongoing investigations are concerned. Going across to Mithun Vijay Kumar as well. Mr. Hegde, we have Mr. Mithun Vijay Kumar because, you know, currently we're also focusing on how this man is given a space, a stage wherein he's openly declaring that he's going to be a candidate as far as upcoming elections are concerned, 2024 elections. Mithun Vijay Kumar joins us. Mithun, you know, this rally was organized, the one which was addressed by Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh today, wherein he also declared that he's going to be contesting in the upcoming Lok Sabha elections, was organized under BJP's Mahasampark Abhiyan for 2024 elections. Now, why is this kind of a platform or a stage being given to someone against whom allegations of sexual harassment are still being probed? We're just 4 days away from the charge sheet as per the sports minister.
This case is being investigated, and I believe Brij Bhushan has said that he will be operating with the case. And there is no such law that stops a person from contesting elections unless he is proven guilty. And I don't think he is being proven guilty in this case. And, you know, going by the logic of people speaking against Brij Bhushan, the moment a sexual harassment case is registered, a man should, you know, completely shut down his social interactions, resign from his career, and remain humble and polite because, you know, his body language will be constantly monitored. So he is not running away from the law. And, you know, let me just finish. Give me just 10 more seconds. He didn't, you know, hide like Congress MLA, sitting MLA.
We have a troubled audio line with you. We'll just reconnect with you. But Mr. Sinha, would you want to take it away from where Mithun has just left? You know, we're talking about a man who's a BJP strong man. He's a 6-time Lok Sabha MP. Can the BJP not do without his campaigning ahead of 2024? Why can't this be stopped till an investigation is concluded, till a charge sheet is filed, till we have something concrete ahead of us?
I would like to respond to my learned friend Santosh observation of Santosh. See, charge sheet is not a complete process. Yes, Santosh.
Mr. Hegde, yes. Go ahead, Mr.
So my learned friend Santosh, I told. This is, you know. So
Mr. Sinha, Sanjay Hegde, yes. Go ahead, make your point.
Sorry, Santosh. Sanjay. Sorry, Santosh ji was your father. Sorry. So.
It's not my father. It's not my father.
I'm really sorry. So Sanjay wanted to raise this issue that why and how this deadline has been declared by the sports minister. It was only to make a peace with this entire situation and giving a respectable situation to all these wrestlers who are trying to get justice from on the streets. So he actually tried to make peace with that, and then supplementary charge sheets can also be filed. So there is no big deal. So this is basically to create a situation, amicable situation, where they should also, these wrestlers should also be given some respect despite their breaking the laws and etc. etc. Number two, what you are trying to ask me, the rule of law is for everybody, and the law gives equal situation to every citizen of the country. And being accused cannot debar anybody from doing anything which is legal as per the rule of law. Simple. If Mr. Singh is a Lok Sabha MP,
the limited point, Mr. Sinha, is that these are people who've made us proud. That these are athletes who have represented their country and brought us so much glory. And the fact that these are allegations around sexual harassment, the fact that they have also said that they will not participate in the upcoming Asian Games. There's a lot at stake here, and that must be respected. That's one sentiment. But Mr. Hegde, do you also think there could be some sort of an attempt to perhaps manipulate the wrestlers' protest, given that, the father of the complainant has come out to say, and that's a news break that PTI broke, about how the father of the minor girl, who has now changed his statement, has gone on to say that all of that was done. It was a false case that was filed in anger. Now, does that weaken the case against Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh? Also, does it suggest of how there is so much more than meets the eye, perhaps? Some sort of an external meddling that may have taken place?
Emotions are one thing.
I'll come to you, Mr. Sinha. Mr. Hegde.
See, the point is that there are two 164 statements now. It doesn't mean that the earlier statement goes. The case is still there. There has to be an investigation under POCSO also. Now, if there is no charge sheet filed under POCSO because the investigator says, look, there are contradictory statements, I do not find material to corroborate one statement or the other, therefore I am not filing a charge. Then, there are other cases also. If in any of those matters a charge sheet is filed, and during the course of that proceeding, that trial, if evidence comes on record that there was indeed a POCSO case, even that can be reinstated. You can amend the charge. The father of the girl does not really matter. What matters is what that complainant says in court. Statements under 164 can only be used to contradict the witness and nothing else.
Okay.
So, even if a charge sheet is not filed under POCSO, it doesn't mean ultimately the courts are powerless.
Okay. I also want to understand from Dr. Sunita Godara on where the wrestlers stand as of now and what their approach is going to be. But before that, if we have Mr. Mithun Vijay Kumar once again, perhaps with a better audio line. Mr. Mithun Vijay Kumar, you were making a point. Go ahead. Why, despite the taint, give that kind of a platform to Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh already?
See, I was not heard the previous time. Okay, let me just complete my point that I was saying. See, there have been plenty of cases that we have seen in the past as well. Even a sexual harassment case was registered against Sri Umman Chandy, former chief minister, and he contested the elections that same year itself. And there was case against K.C. Venugopal. There was case against Haibi Eaton MP. So we have seen such cases in the past where, and none of them have resigned or have completely taken a backseat from their responsibilities. And I was saying that, going by the logic that people who are speaking against Brij Bhushan are saying, why is it that a person should completely shut down his, social interactions, resign from his career, and, because he will be constantly monitored by the media, his body language will be assessed, he will be judged, they will say that he is arrogant, he is audacious, and these kind of statements are coming time and again from the media. So when a case has been registered, an allegation, it's only an allegation, the court has not even heard the matter. So we have to understand that, there is a process of judiciary that has to be followed, and only after that it can be concluded whether he is guilty or not. And see, the police are investigating this matter, and by June 15th they'll be registering a case. And to all those who are saying that, there is a delay in investigation, we should understand that the first attempt of these wrestlers was not to go to the police station and file a complaint. They staged a protest, and only in April they went to file a complaint. Now you are saying that we all understand the gravity of POCSO cases, right? I hope even the wrestlers understand. But they didn't choose to go to the police station. Instead, their initial demand was that Brij Bhushan should, resign from the position of WFI president. That was their only initial demand, and the WFI committee should be dissolved. That was their initial demand. So, do they not understand the gravity of POCSO? And is that their definition of justice to a POCSO victim? Is that their definition of justice to a POCSO victim? This entire protest
to the point that I made a little while earlier, and Mithun wasn't through. Then the entire question which is being asked around this attempt to change goalposts. Dr. Godara, if you want to come in, you come with a demand first up of his resignation. Thereafter, you want to take it up with the police. You want to file an FIR. You don't quite trust the Delhi police probers yet. You say we only trust the judiciary. Thereafter, you go ahead and also cast aspersions on the courts.
This is not what...
But the fact remains, the wrestlers have resumed their jobs. They're back to their jobs. They've agreed to the sports minister's assurance of 15 June as the deadline. They've said that if he's not arrested, and that's their only demand, if he's not arrested, they're going to strengthen their protest. It's going to be all the more strong. So why?
First,
what is it that they really want, and how do you make...
One minute. Whatever you say that it was my demand, that was not my demand, first of all. My demand from day one is our own sports ethics panel. These sports stars, wrestlers who sat on dharna, they have no knowledge of law, how it will take place and whatever. They were distressed, and in that distress they came to Jantar Mantar. And now, Sports Ministry and IOA can only solve the problem. Whatever they are asking, these wrestlers, they cannot solve any problem. Only whatever they knew, first they went to police or they went to court. Whatever is happening, court will take its own course. Then police will take its own course. Whatever delay is happening, this happens everywhere. 99% of us are ruling by the rich, powerful 1%, and they are ruling.
But Mr. Hegde said that the assurance that's coming on part of the sports minister means nothing. So
Mr.
why are they
Hegde
settling for that in your opinion?
The only problem can be solved by Indian Olympic Association or the sports ministry by setting up an ethics panel, and there is no punishment like jail or phansi or anything. In our sports law, all over the world, the punishment is if any person is doing any misconduct, if any person has got such allegation of sexual harassment, that person should be barred from sports.
Not allegation.
For life. So this is what shaming the person from a sports angle.
The person is
from
guilty,
a sports
then
angle,
only.
not from the
How
court
allegation
angle, not from the police angle. This is what sports ethics law says.
Cannot
Okay, Mr. Sinha.
It's not court or no police.
Allegation cannot debar anybody. Right to be a little.
These people don't know sports law. My letter of third.
No, allegation
and now my
is
letter
not.
No, Mr. Sinha is saying, Ms. Godara.
Sports Ministry.
Dr. Godara, Mr. Sinha is saying that if he hasn't been proven guilty as yet, what
sports law?
What is the reason as to why he should not go ahead and campaign for the BJP or pitch himself as a candidate for the upcoming Lok Sabha elections?
The ethics panel.
No, why
the
not?
only solution is setting up the ethics panel and
not
bar this person from sports.
He is
Brij
as
Bhushan
normal as
and
any
such
other
type
person.
of people should not be in sports arena.
Okay, I believe Mr. Hegde wants to make a point. Hold on. Hold on, gentlemen, and Dr. Godara, hold on. Mr. Hegde wants to make a point. Go ahead, sir.
See, the point is that there are three different processes. One is the political process. Should Mr. Sharan Singh be allowed to campaign for the BJP or declare himself as a BJP candidate well in advance? That's one part of it. The second process, which Ms. Godara is speaking of, is within the federation. Should such a person be allowed to run sports? The third thing,
which is not happening as we speak. He's not running the WFI as we speak, Mr. Hegde.
No. As far as the criminal process is concerned, that is a separate thing. Should the man be charge sheeted, and then should there be a trial, which would probably send him to jail. These are three separate processes. In all, what is common is a question of power, a question of dominance.
Okay.
And here, what is being displayed is an overwhelming dominance, which then affects all these three processes.
Okay, and whether or not that power and that dominance is backed by political patronage, it all comes down to that, and that's why there are those today raising objections to him campaigning out in the open despite these serious allegations being investigated as we speak. Gentlemen, Dr. Godara, we'll have to leave it at that. Just 4 days away from when we're hoping that the charge sheet will be filed as per the assurance that came in from the sports minister. So we're going to keep this monitoring this very, very closely and see what the Delhi police findings really reveal in days to come. Thank you for joining us on the debate at 8 this evening. We head into a very quick break.